Welcome back. Well, mobile money has become very important in sub-Saharan Africa, offering over 1 billion people access to a formal economy and driving financial inclusion. According to GSMA, sub-Saharan Africa made up over 60% of global mobile money transaction value in 2021, growing by about 40% year on year. For analysis now, we have Ayobami Omole, a telecoms analyst at Telema. Great to have you on the program.
Thank you for having me, Ladi. Great to be on the program.
Yeah, quite an impressive jump in 2021 for mobile money transaction. What do you think drove this?
Yes, so quite impressive, really. Global mobile money transaction value grew by like 30%. And focusing on Africa, really, Africa makes up about 70% of global mobile money transaction value. And when you dissect Africa into, the different regions, we have East Africa and West Africa contributing about 64% of mobile money transaction value, and about 90% of of Africa's mobile money transaction value, really. And I mean, to know what is driving it, it would be important to also understand what is going on in this region. Mobile money is very telco-led. Most of the mobile money operators in this region, in East Africa and West Africa, are telco operators. And with that, it means that there's a strong network effect. So anybody with a SIM card can use the mobile money services. And that means that, more people are using it and more people are being incentivized to use it since, people are using it anyway. And apart from that, we've seen strong product design. The product keeps getting better and better. And there's been a lot of partnership and interoperability. By partnership, I mean, fintechs are now partnering with mobile money operators. In the last 6 to 12 months, we've seen Flutterwave, partner with Airtel Money, partner with MTN Momo, partner with Safaricom, M-Pesa. And, those type of partnerships are definitely going to drive transaction value and volume. Elsewhere, by interoperability, I mean, users using different mobile money operators being able to send money or transact between each other. So an Airtel Money user being able to transact with a Safaricom M-Pesa user. So developments like this and different layers of products like access to credit, insurance services, and so on and so forth, I think is very much responsible for the growth that we've experienced in these two regions that have contributed to global mobile money growth. Yeah.
Right. But what does this, tell us about financial inclusion in Africa?
So, I mean, what it tells us about financial inclusion in Africa is, I think that we've known this for a while, that we might not go through, the regular means trying to increase bank branches and so on and so forth. And that mobile money can be a very important tool to expand financial inclusion. We saw evidence of that in Kenya, where mobile financial inclusion rate was below 40%, now is above 80%. We've seen the same thing, happening in places like Ghana. So it can be a very important tool to drive financial inclusion across the continent as a whole.
Right, but despite the huge success of mobile money services in many countries, the sustainability of mobile money services, is threatened, by certain policy and regulatory interventions. We're seeing Ghana there hike the price of e-transactions.
Yeah, you're right. So in the past year or two, we've seen a lot of countries introduce e-levy taxes on mobile money. So the most recent one, of course, is Ghana, which introduced 1.5% e-levy. Earlier this year was Cameroon, 0.2%. Late last year it was Tanzania that introduced about 100 shilling to 10,000 shilling on transaction, although they later reduced it. But yeah, it's been a trend with a lot of countries introducing taxes on mobile money. But I see it in two ways. So first of all is that a lot of these countries are in their economic situation and they are trying to reduce their fiscal deficit. So it's a good way to tax the informal sector and, widen the tax nets. But at the same time, there has to be balance. They need to be careful to make sure that, it's not counterproductive, in the sense that there's a cash-light ambition, there's, a financial inclusion ambition, and introducing taxes as high as 1.5% can be very dangerous for those ambitions. Also, it can also, deter people from using mobile money services and just reverting to using cash, and the whole purpose of taxing it and being able to generate more revenue for the government might be defeated. But yeah, I do see some sense to it, in the sense that, of course, being able to manage fiscal deficits and expand tax brackets.
All right, but I was talking to Zacchaeus Kombo then. We talked about how cryptocurrency transactions also increased in 2021 for Africa. But is this a threat to mobile money?
No. I mean, I do not think that it's a threat to mobile money. So first thing first is to consider a few factors. In terms of transaction cost, is crypto really is crypto really able to compete with mobile money in terms of transaction costs? It's debatable, right? At the moment, a lot of the networks or blockchain network is still very expensive in terms of gas fee, transaction fees, and people are still building different sort of solutions, layer 2 solutions, to make sure that they're able to manage this particular problem. So there's still a long way to go. It has to be very affordable for everyone to adopt it. Secondly, we need to consider why mobile money is very popular in the places I stated earlier, East Africa and West Africa. And it's because mobile money is very accessible. Anybody without a smartphone can use mobile money as long as you have a regular mobile phone, a regular feature phone, you can access mobile money. With crypto, it's not like that. You need access to the internet. And in Africa, internet usage gap is still about 50%. Only about 64% of total mobile connection is internet connection at the moment. So there's still like a number of people that are excluded from the digital or internet economy in that sense. And you need access to internet to be able to access crypto. Thirdly, or furthermore, the usability of crypto, even with people that have access to internet, is still not straightforward. I cannot go to the market to use crypto and buy food stuff, right? Because it's not generally accepted here. There's still a lot of hurdles to cross in terms of people being aware of it, people accepting it and using it. There's a lot of volatility that doesn't make it a sustainable or reasonable method of transaction, right? Lastly, and I think which is one of the most important issues to also consider, which you mentioned earlier, is regulation. So mobile money is regulation backed, crypto not so much. There's still a lot of conversation around regulation. Government, monetary authorities trying to choose a side and trying to see what way to go about it. Central banks introducing their own central bank digital currency because they wouldn't want different independent cryptos to gain popularity or dominance in the economy. So unless we cross the regulatory order, I'm afraid that I don't think that crypto is a threat to mobile money. But what I do say is that, or what I'll say is that in Africa, for instance, we still have a lot of problems. Transaction payments is not smooth in country, and cross-border payments is not smooth. So there's a lot of room for birds to fly, various birds to fly. And it will be interesting to see how there's collaboration and partnership in the future to make sure that everything is smooth and seamless.
Yeah, so many hurdles there for crypto to climb at this point. Thank you so much, Ayobami Omole, telecoms analyst at Telema. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much, Ladi.